In looking at young people involved in the occult, do you...
Hi, hello. It is currently 7 in the morning, and I have decided that because I'm up for whatever reason this early, and my doctor's prescribed steroid-driven mania, that I am going to finally... There's hair in my mouth. Cool. Anyways, finally going to film a YouTube video for the first time in a really long time. I actually, the other day, by the other day I mean like a couple months ago, shaved this side of my hair. And I was going, like, I actually did film it, and I edited it. But then I just kind of like hated the whole thing and threw it away. So I didn't record anything for a while, but today I was bored and I thought that it would be fun to kind of jump back into things, especially considering, hang on, I messed my hair up, it was looking great. Considering the current state of the world and quarantining and all of that. I'm gonna be honest, it's been kind of tough. It's been real tough. But, just a filler in on my life, because you know, you're all so interested. I recently moved, and we now live in town, me and my roommates, so that's been a lot better. I live down the street from my mom. I get to bother her all the time. But today I'm going to be doing just a kind of like a basic, quick makeup look. I don't wear makeup very frequently anymore. I mean, I wear it, but I don't wear like extravagant looks like I used to, just because I'm lazy and deteriorating, but it's fine. So what we're gonna do first is we're just gonna go in with some primer. I've already moisturized. This primer is the Smashbox primer, and it's really good. I've had it for so long. Probably too long, but whatever. But it is a moisturizer and a primer. Sometimes I like to double moisturize because I've kind of forsaken the liquid foundation because it's just not the best thing for my skin. My skin doesn't like it. She actually hates it. But anyways. You guys see how long my hair has gotten since the last time I recorded a video? Like, she's getting long. She's almost a woman. Yes, ma'am. She's maturing. This is tea. In case you guys thought I was drinking at 7 a.m. But now that I have primed my face, what I like to do is go in on my brows. I don't even know the brand of this, to be honest. My friend Tori gave it to me. It is really nice. It's kind of like a holy grail. I can use it for filling in my mustache when I have it, my eyebrows. Really pretty for freckle colors, but today we're just going to be doing the intended purpose of putting it on my eyebrows. I've been trying for like, I mean, obviously years, but I've been trying to get back into YouTube again because my best friend Carly just had a huge explosion of YouTube awareness, and like her channel is growing and I'm so proud of her, but she's been like really, really motivating me, whether she knows it or not. But I've been thinking about jumping back into the game. She kind of told me that being continuous with it and having a set schedule is the easiest way to jump into it. So, you know, I'm gonna try to not haphazardly say that I'm going to record more often and then, you know, just not do it and you guys see me in half a year. I'm just gonna start recording stuff that I like. I've actually considered recording video game content because, to be honest, I care more about video games than I do cosmetics, but it's fine. Yeah, so it's been a really long time. I don't know if I even had this eyebrow piercing last time. I might have. But she has a really bad habit of going great and then getting tugged, and then she gets infected and I have to heal again. So eventually, the next time she's going perfectly good and grand, I'm probably gonna have to get it removed. But it's fine, you know? She fulfilled her purpose. She gave me some spontaneity, made me feel punk. I shaved my eyebrows off while having an eyebrow piercing. That was interesting. If you ever want a facelift, just shave the ends of your eyebrows off, because it really does do it. But now that my eyebrows are done and my primer and whatnot has set in, I'm going to go in with my powder foundation, which I use the Fit Me powder foundation. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It's wonderful. I have 2 colors. The typical one that I wear that like actually fits me, it's actually a little too pale, but it's porcelain. Then my summer color, which I haven't been in a hot minute, is natural beige. They're actually 220 and 110, so they're kind of far away. Sometimes I'll mix them, but recently it's been not looking great on me when I use the darker one, so I've just been going in with the paler one and then going pretty heavy with bronzer to try and add some life to my face. This stuff has some really, really good coverage. Like, look at that. It just like gives you really soft, sheer, like, I call it like fake pretty bitch skin, to be honest. This is my fake pretty bitch makeup tutorial. It's very simple, but, you know, simple does not always mean bad. What's funny, what I consider simple is actually what, still more than what the average person does on their makeup every day. When I worked at Sephora, I had so many people like just tell me what their average makeup routine consisted of, and a lot of the time it really was just like mascara, foundation, chapstick. And don't get me wrong, I'm not coming after those girls. Like, if you are a natural queen and all you need is a little covering up, you have all of my envy. Because I am a gluttonous monster of constantly needing to be beautiful. Yeah, I like to blend down my neck as well, even though it literally is the same color and you can't tell. But because I am a boy, I know, surprising, my facial hair oftentimes will add like a little bit of like redness down here, or an uneven skin tone. Oh no, I just hit pan. I'm so sad. But yeah, I do this powder foundation because basically the longer it's been since I've worked at Sephora, the more I realized that like the makeup that I was wearing was me like trying really desperately to be like these MUAs. But I've always loved powdered makeup, and my skin loves powdered makeup, so like it's not, I don't know why it took me so long to just kind of cut liquid foundation out, because for whatever reason when I wear liquid foundation it makes me look like I'm like 50 years old. It sits in all my nooks and crannies, and she's not cute, I can tell you that. The last time I wore liquid foundation was probably this Sunday before last, or maybe last Sunday. I think it was last Sunday. And literally by like an hour into the day, I was done with it. Still wore it. I'm going in with the exact same powder, but I'm going in with a sponge instead to add a little bit more coverage, I guess. Gee, I stopped working at Sephora and then I just forgot all about makeup and makeup terms and any form of cosmetics. Yeah, I hope you guys have been wonderful. I have honestly been going through it, but I'm getting through it, so that's good. I'm really enjoying this new place a lot more than the other one. A, because we actually, most of the time, have enough money for shit. And B, because I don't live 40 minutes away from everyone. It's me being hyperbolic. It was really more like 25, but still, it was horrible. So now that I'm looking like a fresh-faced ghost, I'm gonna go in with my Hoola bronzer and this little powder brush that I lost the handle to. I have wood glued this, gorilla glued it, super glued it, and it still came off, so, you know, we stand a stubborn queen. She can do what she wants, and I'm gonna let her live her best life. Skinny legend. She does not need a handle to hold her down. She's got a grip on things. That was terrible. I'm sorry. I lost all ability to socialize because of this quarantine. I like see people occasionally, but I've been taking social distancing pretty seriously and not leaving the house and going a little stir crazy. It's fine. I've recently got a job doing technical support for an insurance company, and then I got moved to like just basic technical support, and it was nice, but they ended up making us do work from home, and work from home is terrible, and they didn't know what they were doing, so they lost half their employees. And I was, you know, in the fun little chain of unemployment, like, you know, 6 billion people, but, you know, it's whatever. And now, recently, I got hired by Bite Squad, which is a delivery place, which I'm super excited about. I recently did a couple shifts with my roommate, who also works there. We're actually all employed by Bite Squad, which is funny, but yeah. It made it really nice. But you see, this bronzer has added some color into my face. I just kind of put it everywhere. But now, typically what I will do, let me tie my hair up. I cannot stand getting rose water in my hair. My hair is like a whole ponytail now, like it's a full moment. It's crazy, it's wild. Been doing this long hair journey for so long that I literally just like stop focusing on it. I don't feel like Edna Mode or like Lord Farquaad or He-Man or anything anymore because it's like actually a pretty length. So now it's just a matter of getting it further down, but I'm going to go in with a darker bronzer, the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in Rich Amber. And I actually put this on my eyes. It adds a really nice kind of shadowy bronzed effect with doing very, very minimal effort. I naturally have very deep set eyes, so anytime I do any sort of one-dimensional eyeshadow look, thankfully my genetics do the rest of the work and make it look like I actually blended and did like some shadowed creases and all that. And I really, as you can tell, I'm just putting one color everywhere. But hey, there's no need for me to just lie and say I did all this blending. But I don't have to necessarily tell them that I'm getting off easy. I like this because it adds a nice flush and kind of brings the entire tone of the bronzer and the foundation together. Then once I get this everywhere, creating this nice shadowed effect, nice sunken in hollowed eye bags, I go in with this smudge brush thing and I go along the lash line for a little bit of darkened shadow under there. What that does is that adds some depth to the eyes if you compare the two. And that makes the mascara look really, really good. I used to just never wear anything under my lash lines, and boy, did I look crazy. It would just be like the brightest concealer under my eyes with nothing on my lash lines. I'm pretty sure I used to not even wear mascara on my lower lash line. I've gone through recently and watched my old makeup tutorials, and they are horrendous. Like, I may not wear as much makeup now, but I'm still definitely more knowledgeable on the subject. Even if I do occasionally forget the terminology. Yeah, but most of my makeup that I use is kind of like dual faceted. I use it for multiple things. Like, so obviously this highlighter is a highlighter. I'm gonna spray my face one more time, just because it feels good and my face is dry. But I go in with this highlighter. It's the Amrezy highlighter. Literally the holy grail of highlight. And I blend that in. Put some on my nose. My eyebrows. Above and below. Be generous. Be liberal, just put it everywhere. Literally. Just glow. Whatever. Like, you want to look hydrated and dewy. Sometimes I'll put it on my forehead, but like, I have like a 9 head, so like there's no reason that I should, but I still do it anyway. But now my favorite little trick is to take this highlight on my finger and pop it right on my eyelid. Because you're using your finger, you're getting more product on there, and it creates this very beautiful, like, blended moment. This like golden hour adds like this depth to your eye along your eyelid, and it literally makes it look like you tried so much harder than you actually did. Basically, my entire routine has been converted into pretending that I actually am doing full makeup, but going and not actually doing full makeup. So now that I have most of it done, what I do now, if I can find my mascara, I go in with different types of mascara. The first one is this, the Falsies Maybelline. I traded my best friend Carly this mascara. I don't even remember which one I gave her, to be honest. But this gives you really, really like fluttery lashes. And it kind of fans them outwards. Because I have naturally long eyelashes, but they're not very thick. So with my mascara, I try to use one to thicken them, and then go in afterwards. It's kind of a lengthening one for the ends. Because if you compare the two, this is like a whole moment, and then this one, they're like droopy and downwards. This one also has crazy hold. But I recognize the privilege of having long eyelashes, and I realize, oh my god, I just stabbed myself in the eye. Ugh, that hurt so bad. I realized that I really hate, literally crying, sorry. Let me get some tea, maybe that'll help. Ugh. I really hate wearing false eyelashes. My eyes don't like them at all, like they water really profusely. Now they're gonna be watering all day long because I stabbed myself great. Okay, I'm back. I went ahead and did the rest of my eyelashes, and now that I'm no longer temporarily blind, I can continue with my makeup look. So I don't really have a lot left to do. Now what I do after this point is I go in with a brow gel, because a lot of the times the highlight and the powder and all of that, since I do my brows first, it will get in my brows and really create this like gross, muddy eyebrow look. And I just like to clean it up and add a little bit of togetherness to my eyebrow by putting this nice brow gel on there. This brow gel is good. It's really, really dark. I've learned to put it on the outside of my brow first to give definition to the arch. That way I don't get really, really dark lines. But it is the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt. I don't know why I held it like that. But when I first got this, I kept trying to put it like at the head of my brows first. But the little bristles on the brow brush actually create fake brow hairs. So it was looking really bad because of how much product was on it. So I kind of had to teach myself to work with it. I recently trimmed my brows because they can get really unruly. But now that I have thickened these glorious caterpillars on my face, I'm gonna be honest, I used to hate my eyebrows, but they're quickly becoming one of my favorite things. But I'm gonna go in with this really, really dead lip liner. It's a NYX lip liner. I've used the absolute hell out of this. I can't be super accurate with it because it's not as new and sharp as it used to be, even whenever I sharpen it. But I'm just gonna go a little over. I'm going to go a little over my natural lip line to create a plump, juicy Juvederm moment. I naturally have super downturned lips that constantly look like I'm frowning. So, let me get closer. What I like to do is kind of upturn them and widen them a little bit by bringing them outwards. And at this point I've learned that the lower lip really doesn't matter that much because this is shadow. Not a lot of people are gonna see. You just gotta make sure for the most part that it's a pretty straight line. You don't want to go around with wonky, uneven lips. I've definitely been there. Looks like you got some bad work done, and it's not a moment. But from this point on out, you can go in with whatever lip color you want. But I've recently just been obsessed with lip gloss, and the Sephora lip gloss, when I worked there, was my favorite thing ever. I recently got the courage to go back in there. And it's interesting. But this lip gloss creates a nice sheen. I do about this much and then blend it around. And what this is gonna do is add an overall flush to the lip while still looking very juicy, plump, and lip-like. This is how I get my really, like, big, I call them Juvederm lips. And sometimes just to make it look a little more lifelike or even bigger, I'll take the corners of it and just kind of rub it downwards. Not necessarily smearing it, but almost dabbing it so it's not such a harsh line, because naturally lips don't have a super defined, perfect lip line. Sometimes, or at least mine don't. Mine kind of blend into the skin a little bit. So I like to do that to get the most, like, pouty, plump lip moment. But yeah, that is my makeup tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching for the most part. I know that it wasn't exactly the most put together, but I find typically the thing that I struggle with the most when trying to do like YouTube videos is that I really, really hate editing them. Like, they're so fun to record, and I really do enjoy like actually going through and talking to you guys and recording it, but the editing is just, such a tedious process. So my videos are probably going to return to their roots of being mostly candid, unedited, goofy versions of myself. Because until I get something that I can properly edit my videos, I just don't really feel like I should be limiting myself. I don't think that was the phrase I was trying to do, but you know, whatever. I don't think that I should be kind of forcing myself to do these edits, because whenever I try to, it really does stress me out, and it gets to the point where like with the head shaving video, whenever I edited that, I hated the way that it turned out, and I ended up just deleting it when it could have been a video for my channel that I could have, like, you know, kind of debuted, and it was kind of funny. I mean, it was chaotic, and it was kind of reminiscent of my Britney Spears meltdown video that I had, but yeah, I'm gonna try to return to my less edited content, and then if things start to get bigger, and, you know, the quality starts to demand that I, you know, have better edited videos, I will do that. But for now, I hope that you enjoyed the video. It was really fun to make. Gave me something to do super duper early in the morning for whatever reason I was up. But anyways, it was really nice getting back into things, and I hope that you enjoyed my everyday fake natural pretty bitch makeup. But as always, it's been a pleasure, and mwah.